The Ford Falcon sedan won plenty of hearts and minds in Australian motorists over decades thanks to its combination of space, performance and comfortable all-round cruising that makes it an excellent match for Australian roads. Now that car won't be around from 2016. Instead, Ford is offering this, the Mondeo. It's got some big shoes to fill. Let's see if it can meet those standards. Let's start off with space. Now, this is a car with plenty of room. It's wider than the Falcon in the cabin and has a longer wheelbase too, meaning there's tons of room in the back for passengers, and up front you're pretty comfortable as well. And the Mondeo has an excellent driving position. It's a lot better than the Falcon, with the ability to move the steering wheel up a little bit higher and the seat a little bit lower than what you'd find in the Australian sedan. You can't complain with what's under the bonnet of the new Mondeo. The range of 4-cylinder turbocharged diesel and petrol engines are quite excellent for a car of this size. Now the one we're driving right now has a 177 kilowatt, 345 newton meter EcoBoost petrol engine that's available in the Trend and the Titanium. Now it's a flexible unit that's pretty good on fuel and offers plenty of grunt for getting around town, and also makes it a little bit of fun in the hills as well. Alternatively, a diesel motor with 132 kilowatts and 400 newton meters is available as an optional extra. Now, both engines in the Mondeo are mated to 6-speed automatic transmissions that drive the front wheels. That's a key difference between the Falcon and the Mondeo, is that the Falcon drives its rear wheels and the Mondeo the fronts. Now, there are a few reasons why some people don't like front-wheel drive cars. One of those is torque steer. Now, that's a phenomenon that occurs as you're turning through a corner and accelerating onto the throttle. You can get a bit of a kickback through the steering wheel that tries to turn the wheel in your hands as you're driving. It's not a particularly desirable trait in cars, and the new Mondeo has an electric power steering system that is able to predict and counter that and basically remove that sort of force from the steering, which is pretty cool, as part of a system that can do some really interesting stuff, including what they call nibble control, which basically, if you run your tyres over the things like a rough edge on the road, or if you've got a little bit of a wheel alignment issue or something like that, the steering system can actually counteract some of the little vibrations that you'd normally find in a steering wheel and remove those to keep the car pointed straight and true on the road. Now, the steering feel is something that a lot of drivers really like to enjoy, giving you a lot of information about what's happening underneath you in the car. There is a little bit of a film there, a layer that costs you that last degree of feel at the cost of refinement. For 99% of drivers, refinement is going to be what they're after, and removing those little vibrations and counteracting those torque steer is worth the price to pay. The third factor that made the Falcon a winner is its long distance cruising ability, and that is an area that the Mondeo hasn't licked. Now, this car is loaded up with technology to make your long drives easier. We've got radar cruise control where you can set the distance to the car in front, set a maximum speed, the car won't exceed that speed, and it'll prevent you from hitting the car in front, which can make for a much more comfortable, relaxing drive. It's also got a lane keeping assistance technology where it not only detects whether you're leaving your lane, but can steer you back into it, which has potential life-saving implications. It also has pedestrian detection technology, the latest Sync 2 infotainment system with voice-activated technology, with satellite navigation, things like that. Basically, it has a lot of creature comforts that make it easy to drive, and coupled with this big body, long wheelbase, stable platform, it does make this a very easy car to cruise in, and something that is absolutely up to the job of a long family holiday. So let's look again at those three features that made the Falcon special. Now, the first one was effortless performance under the bonnet, something the Mondeo definitely has. The second was interior space, being a comfortable place to be. The Mondeo absolutely meets that standard too. Third, long distance cruising ability. Thanks to its technology and a stable platform, the Mondeo is an easy car to cruise in, something I'd highly recommend for long distance drives. If you're looking to replace the Falcon, the Mondeo might just be the right car for the job.